What's up everybody and welcome back to another episode of upcoming mods. So last time was actually the first episode and I was a little wary of how this series would do. I didn't know if you guys would like it or find it a little bit boring. Well, I was blown out of the water by the response. Mod authors liked it, you guys as viewers liked it, and it got a ton of likes and a ton of views in the first 24 hours. So first and foremost, I want to say a big thank you to all of you. So what that means is this will be a regular series on my channel. Expect to see it once or twice a week. On top of that, following this episode, I'm going to start reaching out to mod authors directly, so hopefully we could start getting some cool content not seen anywhere else. If you are a mod author and you do want to be featured in the series, I'm going to leave a link to my Twitter down below. Direct message me on there. That's probably the best way to get into contact with me. With all that being said, we do have 5 more cool mods to check out this week, and really quite a diverse bunch, so I'm pretty excited about it. But with all that being said, let's get right into it. So the first mod I do want to show you guys is called the Coastal Home. I think it's a little bit of a work in progress name, so we'll see what it is named on release. This is being created by a guy named FemShipping. He did make the Salem Coastal Home, which I did cover a few weeks ago in a Mods Weekly. Basically, as you can see here, it adds in a very expensive and nice looking kind of beach house to the game. I feel like this is one of those things we just don't have enough of. At least in my opinion, player home mods right now fall into 2 categories. Either A, it adds in some new world space and a new building, but it's a fast travel only location, so it's not actually in the original Commonwealth, but rather a totally new area that you have to get to by a console command or some teleporter door. That, or it adds in new world space into the Commonwealth, but there's no existing structure on it, just like kind of a blank slate that you could build whatever you want. Finally, it seems like we're going to get something that is the solution I most prefer. It looks like this house is going to be built into the Commonwealth. No fast traveling, no kind of weird ways to get there. It's just going to be plopped on a beach somewhere. You can see the Pridwin in the distance, so I don't know its exact location, but I'm sure you could figure it out if you really wanted to. All around, the home looks absolutely amazing. I'm really excited to check this out. The mod author did say it should be coming out this weekend, so maybe you guys will see this in Mods Weekly. Next up, we do have Mad from the Past by Kovadanga. This is definitely really early in the production cycle. Really, we're only at a concept stage, but basically what this is, well, a knife. That's all we have right now is 2 images of weapons, the first of those being a knife and an idea. What the idea behind this is to create a separate settlement on the map and basically place down some Minutemen there, but kit it out in Civil War era clothing and add a few quests to them. This is all being developed by Kovadanga. If you don't know him, he did make the Remington 1858 and the Colt Python, 2 very good pistol mods that I definitely recommend you check out. So first and foremost, we do have images of this knife. It does look like a Civil War era knife. I don't know that much about knives, and I don't think there's much more to it beyond that. It looks pretty cool and looks exciting to use. What I'm much more excited for is the Snyder Enfield. This is a late Civil War era rifle, so basically the way it works is you have to cock it back each time. It only loads 1 bullet at a time, and all that's pretty cool, but the bullet this fires is the .577. You probably have heard of this round as the T-Rex round. You've probably seen some YouTube videos of it as well. Basically, this is a massive round fired out of a relatively primitive rifle. The mod author did say he is going to address the round as such, making it do massive amounts of damage, but probably being only a single shot and have a pretty slow reload time. Frankly, I'm just really excited to see this rifle in action as a Civil War era rifle. We don't really have any of those in Fallout 4 right now, and that may sound dumb at first, but I really like the Remington 1858, which kind of goes with the same style. It just contrasts every other weapon in the game so much that it makes it so unique and, for me at least, so enjoyable. I'm really excited to see where this mod goes in the future and what other kind of weapons we do see added into it. The Avtomat Maximova 23, or the AM23 for short. This is being created by Wilbick, who actually is a modder you might have heard of, but probably not. You might have heard of some of his creations though, like the Decal Service Revolver. Basically, he just creates the resources of weapons, in other words, the models and textures, but doesn't do any of the animating or any of that stuff. So as far as my research yields, this isn't actually a real weapon. It's kind of fictional. In the images, it is underloaded, but in the final version, it will be side-loaded, and basically what it's supposed to be is a 9mm replacement for a pipe rifle. The gun itself does look really good, and frankly I feel like we don't have nearly enough SMGs in the vanilla game, at least practical SMGs. The pipe rifles are instantly outdated as soon as you get an assault rifle or something like that, and having a good suitable replacement for that will be really nice, especially embracing the same platform. Hopefully that's what this mod does. That's what the mod author seems to be going for with this. I'm excited to see who picks this up and decides to create it into a total mod that actually fires and has animations and all that, but for the time being, it does look really sharp and really nice. So this one's a huge one. Bastions, or Fallout 4 Bastions, is going to be a very large new mod for Fallout 4, adding in not new world space, but building upon an existing world space and adding in new quests, new factions. A lot is going on here. So the mod author does make some really good developer blogs. He's made 2 so far. I'm going to link both in the description down below. I definitely recommend you check it out. He'll go more in depth than me, but basically, if you want to sum it up, what Fallout 4 Bastions is going to be is 2 opposing trenches. Each of these are going to be inhabited by robots. They each have their own ideals, one being more for the robots, the other one having a human ruler who kind of doesn't really care about the robots. You'll be able to side with each of these different factions, do quests for them, etc, etc. But it's not that simple. It even goes further. Like, the one that doesn't really care about the robots will have less protection. It won't have as many guards around the sides. This mod fully incorporates trenches and tunnels with a World War I style behind them. It actually has very few humans. It's mainly robot driven, with the humans either being a ruler or overlord for one of them or one of the shopkeepers. The mod author has been hard at work at this. The first developer blog was uploaded in July, with the second one being uploaded just yesterday, or 2 days ago when this is uploaded. Again, I definitely recommend you check out each of his videos. They're very high detail and he put a lot of work into them. The T-51C Power Armor by Nevermind43. If you don't know, this is the mod author behind the Midwestern Power Armor, which I've covered a lot of times before, and I'm sure you've heard of it. So I'm not entirely sure how this power armor works. It's called the T-51C Power Armor, but there is a T-51C Power Armor. So in Fallout 3 in New Vegas, we had the T-51B, which was just one model of the T-51. In Fallout 4, we had the T-51, and then you could change it to the A through F models. When you change it, it'll get that name. So if I make all my armor pieces the F variant, I'll have a T-51F. So you technically could just make them all a C variant and then you have the T-51C. I couldn't really find an explanation on the naming of this particular power armor, so I'm not entirely sure how it works, but at the same time, I really don't care because it looks absolutely awesome. The screenshots in this are so good that I want to mention the author. It is Corfus, and well, yeah, the power armor looks absolutely badass. You can definitely see it does have a T-51 ring to it, especially with the helmet, but beyond that, the power armor actually has a lot of details. I really like this. It almost looks like a rib cage on the chest piece there, and the radiation signs on the shoulders. It definitely gives you an old look. It does have those military stars in some of the pictures, so I'm gonna guess that's gonna be one of the different paint jobs available for it, but that also fits into the lore because at least with the original T-51, that was the best power armor available before the Great War. So really excited to see this one be released. He didn't mention a release date, although based off the pictures, it does look like it'll be relatively soon, hopefully this week, maybe next week, although don't quote me on that, I really have no idea. But yes, that's gonna conclude another episode of upcoming mods. I do hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Again, if you are a mod author, make sure to reach out to me on Twitter, or just leave your Twitter or some way to get into contact you in the comments of this. I'll reach out to you. I should have another episode of this out this Thursday. I'm basically pre-recording this whole week because I'm moving into college and I don't want to have to worry about making videos. If you did enjoy it, I encourage you to consider subscribing or support me on Patreon if you're feeling particularly generous. But with that, I hope to see you all next time.